In this video, I'm going to be talking about the one thing that every criminal defendant, if you are out of custody, should be doing that can really help you get a better offer in your case, and in some cases, get the DA to either not file charges against you or even dismiss them. My name is Veronica. I'm a criminal defense attorney here in California, and I help people put their cases behind them so that they can enjoy their lives and their freedom. And again, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one easy thing that every criminal defendant should be doing if you're not in jail, if you're out of custody, that can make a big difference in your case. So in the criminal justice system, how DAs and how judges look at going to therapy, going to anger management, going to AA or rehab or any of those things are not that it's an admission of guilt, and they in fact cannot use it against you to prove your guilt. They see you as someone who takes this really seriously, who recognizes that it's a problem to end up getting arrested, even if you didn't do anything wrong, who doesn't want to be in this position again. Now, I recommend going to weekly therapy, and this can be online, it can be in person, but I recommend doing it every week and having a log of it. If you don't get a log, then it's not going to help you with your criminal case. You need to make sure that you have proof that you went to therapy. I will link below the online therapy that I send my clients to, because it is easy to get proof from them of the therapy that you did, which is not always the case when it comes to online therapy. Some of them, they just leave it up to the providers to do, and it is a lot more difficult to get proof. You can also do couples therapy there as well, which can be really persuasive in domestic violence cases, sometimes even more than going to domestic violence specific classes, because it shows that you as a couple realize that, okay, we don't want to end up in this situation, whether one of you called the police or somebody else did. We don't want to be in this situation where things get so bad that one of us gets arrested. So we love each other. We're committed to this. We want to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. That's key. And so we're actually going to couples counseling. So yeah, I mean, you can do it online and get proof there. And of course, if you have someone you want to go to in person, that's great too. The reason why I usually say online is that, especially post-COVID, the prosecutors don't really seem to weigh in person any more than they do weigh online. So if you like to go in person, great. But for me, I know I'm busy and I also would want to get this started right away. So trying to find somebody to go to, making an appointment, driving over there would not be something, if I can do it online, I would rather just do that. And just to be clear, I'm not saying that you DIY any of this. What you do is you go to therapy, you get this log, and you give it to your attorney. Many times the public defenders don't really have time to recommend this kind of stuff. Maybe if you have a really serious issue that is readily apparent, they'll tell you to go do something, but for the most part, they're not recommending this to people. So if you go to your court date and you have printouts showing proof of all of the therapy that you've been going once a week, and you hand that to your attorney, they will then be able to use that to differentiate you from all the, if you have a PD, the 25 other people that they are talking to the DA about that day. You'll probably be the only one that has actually gone to therapy, that is doing anything proactive. And I can tell you that out of that stack, let's say that all of the allegations were the same. The evidence against all the defendants was the same. Their level of criminal history was all the same. But then your file has proof that you've been going to therapy. You are almost certainly going to get the better offer. Sometimes I can even get the DA, and again, it depends on what the allegations are, to agree that if my client continues doing this therapy that they are obviously already committed to, then the DA will dismiss the case. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I didn't do anything wrong. I want the case should be dismissed anyway. Okay, and it might be dismissed. You may go to trial and the prosecutor may not have enough for a jury to convict you. But that means that you have to go to trial. So most people want to see what is the best offer I can get, and if that's not something that I can live with, if that is not something acceptable to me, okay, well then your other option is trial. But generally you want to explore your other options. You want to explore settlement as much as you can first. Now, your attorney may also tell you, if it's a domestic violence case, to also take domestic violence classes, or to take anger management, or go to AA. Or if you have a serious mental health issue, they may tell you, okay, we'll do the therapy, but also go to a psychiatrist. Going to therapy is never going to hurt, and it generally is going to help you perhaps significantly. Now, again, one of the most important things is to make sure that you have proof of it, and that can sometimes be difficult to get. I hope you found this video helpful. If you do have a criminal case in California, feel free to give me a call. You can find my number down below. You can also find a link there to book a consultation. If you did find it helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.